Did you know that you can easily collect payments using Chargent? Chargent's payment request feature makes it easy and convenient for both you and your customer. For example, if you're trying to request a customer's payment, but they are not available during your working hours, you can simply send payments requests via email and let them pay at their earliest convenience. Payment request enables you to send payment links to your customers. Your customers in turn simply click on the link and securely enter their payment data online. Your team never sees or hears the card number, and that decreases your PCI scope. You can also automate your payment requests to help streamline your collections process with our guide in the description. My name is Robert and I am from Chargent. If you're a Salesforce admin or a consultant who wants to make it so easy for your customers to pay you, then you're on the right place. In this video, you will learn how to set up and send payment requests with Chargent in 5 simple steps. In 5 minutes or less, you can get paid faster and ensure your customers' cardholders' data is secure and safe. Step 1. Create your Salesforce site. Your site's going to allow your customer to enter their own card data and process a payment. To create a site, just follow these steps. From the gear icon, select Setup. In the Quick Find box, start typing Sites. Select Sites when it appears. Once on Sites, click the New button. Choose the site label and site name. Choose a name that you can easily identify. You're going to need it later in your payment request setup. Under the default web address, you have the option to add a unique Salesforce site URL for this site. Unless you configure a custom address through a domain name register, this URL is the one that the public uses to access your site. Under Active Home Site page, use the magnifying glass and search for payment requests, all one word, and select it. Activate the site by checking the box and save. Site setup is now complete. Oh, did you know that you can reduce your accounts receivable and collection challenges in Salesforce with Chargent? Learn how Chargent can make your payments configurable and automated, saving you time and money, and unlock the 24% of revenue the average business have held up in AR and payment terms. Download the guide now using the link in the description of this video. Step 2. Configure your payment request template. This includes a template configuration name, payment methods you want to accept such as bank drafts and credit cards, along with an expiration time for all those payment links. Note that Chargent now allows you to create multiple payment request templates. This allows you to configure multiple payment screens with different layouts and designs based on your unique needs. To start, click the App Launcher waffle icon, start typing Chargent, and select Chargent App. Once inside Chargent App, click the Chargent Settings tab. Then you will find the sub-tab Payment Request Setup Guide. Then you will find a sub-tab for Payment Request Setup Wizard. The first thing you want to do is click on New to create a new payment request template. Select the site you just created and click Next. For the configuration, you will select the payment types that you want to accept. Since this is your first payment request template, make sure to select Yes under the default payment request option. Leave all the other options to their default value and click Next. Step 3. Set up payment request layout. This includes customizing your welcome text. Here you can also set up your success, fail, and cancel text. Here you can also set up pay from location and company logo. When you have your layout configured, go ahead and click Next. Here you can preview your layout if you like, but do be sure to click the Finish button to complete the payment request setup. Step 4. Add Chargent Anywhere to page layout. This is where you want your users to be able to send payment requests to your customers. To add the Chargent Anywhere component, navigate to any record on the object you want to add the payment request button. This is often your opportunity, contact, account, or case records. Just make sure to select the object that most makes sense for your payment to be associated with. When you are on the gear icon, select Edit Page. On the left column, scroll down until you see Custom Managed Components. Click and drag Chargent Anywhere to the page. Then be sure to activate the page and save. When you return to the record, you will need to complete the Chargent Anywhere setup by clicking the Configure button. This creates a relationship between Chargent and whichever object you just configure it on. Go ahead and type understood in the box and click the create relationship field button. Step 5, test. This is possibly the most important step of this process. Go ahead and click the send payment request button. This is right there in the Chargent Anywhere component. You can either enter an email address or select the contact record of the recipient for this payment. Then don't forget to add the requested amount. Go ahead and click the send request button. Now go ahead over your email inbox, and over there you are going to find your payment request email. Click the payment link and enter the payment information. For this test, let's make sure to use a Sandbox Gateway account and use a test payment card number such as 4 followed by 1s, which works for almost all gateways. Then click the pay button to process the payment. You will then see your success page load and show you that you have a successful transaction. And that's it. You have now set up and tested payment requests in 5 easy steps and likely under 5 minutes.
Watch this video so you can learn a couple of tips and tricks for using Chargent's payment request feature. My name is Don and I'm from Chargent. If you are a Salesforce admin who wants to get more use out of our most popular feature, you are in the right place. Why is payment request our most popular feature? Well, I think it's because this feature is simple and flexible. We also have a guide in the description about payments that you can download right now. So payment request is simple because it's easy to set up and easy to use. And it's flexible because you can configure payment request to work exactly how you need it to. And in this video, we're going to touch on that flexibility with a couple of quick tips. Tip number 1, editing a payment request after it's been generated. If you've already sent a payment request but realized it needs a couple of edits after the fact, that's totally doable. There are fields that you can edit to update an existing payment request in real time. For instance, need to change the amount being collected? Just update the charge amount field on the Chargent order record. Need to disable a payment request? Change the status field on that record to canceled, and the payment link will be deactivated. Want to change the type of transaction handled by an existing payment request? Update the payment request transaction type field. Want to change the payment request template? Edit the payment template field. Oh, and remember the guide we just mentioned? Well, you can actually reduce your accounts receivable and collections challenges in Salesforce with Chargent. Learn how Chargent can make your payments configurable and automated, saving you time and money. Download the guide now using the link in the description of this video. Tip number 2. Automating the creation of payment request records using multiple templates. If you want to automate the creation of payment request records, but use different templates for different order types, you can do that. Let's first discuss a quick use case in order to put this into context. So Doggo Daycare uses a couple of different payment request templates, one for their monthly subscription customers and one for events. They want to automate the creation of those payment request records for both of those scenarios. So we have a few options here, like Flow or API or Apex, but we love Flow here at Chargent, so we're choosing that one for this tip. To accomplish this, we'll create a record-triggered flow. We'll configure that flow to be triggered when a Chargent order is created or updated to meet specific criteria, like a specific field containing a specific value. In this case, we're setting it to trigger when the payment title field on the Chargent order record is edited to include the word event. Then we'll add an event that creates the payment request record and populates the payment template field on those records. That's the piece that controls which payment request template our customer will land on. We'll save and activate this flow, and that's it. Our new flow will trigger when a Chargent order record is created or edited that meets our criteria. It'll create the payment request records using the templates that we've specified. I hope you've enjoyed these tips on how you and your business can leverage our flexible payment request feature. For more tips, as well as the step-by-step instructions on creating the flow I've just described here, check out our link to the companion blog post in the description below. And now, check out this next video where you'll learn how to customize payment request field labels. My name's Don and I'm from Chargent, where we are dedicated to helping you make Salesforce payments simple. And remember, we're always here to help.